everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Chloe. If you are new to my YouTube, I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you guys today that I had requested on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, so I'm just gonna do one eye off camera and come back and get started for you guys. Okay guys, so I did one eye off camera and this is the look we're gonna achieve on this eye. I'm gonna show you guys a really easy way to achieve this because I know it looks difficult, I know it looks really time consuming, but I promise it is so much easier than it looks if you do the steps that I did. Okay, so I'm taking the P. Louise base. I'm gonna take that on a MAC 252 and just pat that on my lid. Now since we're using the Jaclyn Ho Vault, I know there's been like faulty palettes and so many people have been complaining about the different formulas and all that. If you aren't familiar with not setting shadows or you're trying it out, don't do it with this palette or with this collection because you will have such a hard time blending it out if you're a beginner or even someone who's pretty good at blending. You have to be very, very careful with this palette and make sure you take time blending. So now that we pressed the base in with this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, we are going to take the Ring the Alarm Jaclyn Ho Vault palette, which looks like this. Ooh. I love this color scheme. It screams Jaclyn to me because she loves her neutrals. So I thought this palette was perfect. I'm also using the Jaclyn Master Brush Collection. Ooh, yes, I'm sorry, this packaging, wow. I will take this everywhere. Whenever I travel, I'm taking this everywhere. So I'm taking the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH33 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Siren right here and pack that on the outer and inner corner, kind of like a halo eye. Now, I did not set my base because I'm very familiar with this technique. This is pretty much the only technique that I've used for about a year now. So it's just how I like to do my shadow. I'm kind of keeping it low, but I'm buffing it upwards a little bit, not picking up any extra product. So next we're going to take the shade Alert and Rush, mix those two together and start buffing out that Siren shade. Now, of course, if you want to do this look, of course, there's another way to do this look. If you want to put the transition color in first, by all means, go ahead and do that. I just prefer this way. It's a lot easier for me. I feel like it creates the most flawless blend possible, and I do it with every single palette that I use and every look that I do. But you do not have to do what I'm doing. That's the amazing thing about makeup. You can do anything you want. Nothing is wrong. It's just like everyone starts somewhere. We're all growing. We're all getting better every day. You can't do makeup wrong. There's no way. So if you guys have tried these palettes, leave in the comments what you think of them. Did you guys get a bad batch? Do you like the formula? Did it work well for you? tell me what you think, because mine work fairly well. I've only had an issue with one shadow and I still worked it out, and that was in my review of the Bling Boss palette, which I will link up here if you guys want to see it. But that was in that tutorial, and overall though I really liked it. I didn't have to scrape any of the shadows, I didn't have to do anything like that. I just used them straight how they were, and I really liked them for the most part. Okay, so we're taking that same JH33 brush and we're gonna pick up the shade Framed and Secret and tap off the excess. That's the really nice thing about these palettes, or the ones that I got at least. They are very pigmented. So you don't have to pick up a lot of product and it'll still look really good. I will say the formula is a little drier than her original Jaclyn Hill palette, but I'm still impressed. It kind of reminds me of the Subculture palette. I didn't have any issues with Subculture. I know a lot of people did, but I actually really enjoyed that palette. So, and just doing the same thing again. I picked up a little bit of Alert and Rush again and just buffing that upwards because we're trying to get a seamless blend. We don't need any harsh lines here. No thank you. And if it seems like I'm blending for a long time, I am. Oh, and this is the JH32. It's just a more pointy blending brush. I really like this for buffing out shades. It reminds me a lot of my Makeup Shack brushes, which are my favorite. Okay, so we're gonna add a couple more shades because I want it to be very intense. So now we're gonna take the Bling Boss palette. Okay, and we're gonna take the shade Sparks and Rockstar. And Rockstar is actually the shade I had a little bit of a problem with, but mixing it with another shade and packing it on, it's perfectly fine. So we're placing that on the same inner and outer corner. I love how these two shades mix together. I think they're gorgeous. They make like a wine berry color. It's stunning. That looks a hot mess, but just wait. Just wait, it's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna take Brush and Mugshot from the Ring the Alarm palette and do that same process. I'm holding the end of the brush because I feel like it gives me more control on how I'm blending. Alright, so now that we have that blended out for the most part, we are going to take this big fluffy blending brush, and it is the JH30. Oh, look at this, it's so beautiful, and it's really soft actually, which I expect from Morphe. And we're just gonna buff out any harsh lines. And this brush is a lifesaver, I swear, because it's so big. It gets basically your whole eyelid, and I'm pretty sure that's what Jaclyn wanted. She wanted just a big fluffy brush to smoke out the whole entire lid, because I know she loves herself some real large smoky eyes, because she brings it all the way down here. Now that that is blended, we're going to take the shade Rush right here on a JH42. You could use it to smoke out your lower lash line. You could use it to pack on color anywhere, inner corner highlight, anything. So go ahead and pack that rush shade right on the middle to give this a slight halo effect. Kind of buff that out. We're going to take that same P. Louise base that we used before. I prefer to use the P. Louise base to cut my crease because I feel like it doesn't change the color of like where you're cutting, because sometimes if you don't remove the shadow before cutting your crease using a regular concealer, it can change the color and make it altered to what you have on your eyes already. So I'm taking that P. Louise base on a very small, just art painting brush that I got at probably Walmart or the craft store. And this is the easiest way to do this look by far. Alright, so you're going to just start by drawing a small line. Now your line does not have to be perfect. We're going to clean it up with shadow anyways. Make sure you're not placing too much of that base on, because we're going to place a translucent powder or a cream shadow on top of it to set it. And if you put too much on, it'll kind of defeat the purpose of setting it. It won't set completely because there's too much product caked on. So here is the part you're going to bring it down. Instead of like a normal cut crease where you're gonna bring it out, you're doing this part first. Try and make sure your lines are as even as possible. But if not, we're going to clean it up so it is okay. Like mine is a little too thick for my liking right now. So now we're going to do what you would do in a traditional cut crease and wing it out. So now we're going to take a Morphe G15 brush, which is just a really nice thin flat brush, and we're going to take the shade Framed from the Armed & Gorgeous palette right here, and we're going to place that anywhere that you think the line looks too thick. So right here, it was not supposed to be that thick. Okay, like that, and then blend downwards with this brush so it doesn't look like just a harsh line, like that. And then I'm going to do it on the top as well. Okay guys, I am back, and I just threw on some Baddie B Lashes in F-Boy, and this is what they look like. This is the eye look without the glitter on the inner corner and without the face done. Okay, but let me be real. So I fell asleep with both of my eyes done because I had to wake up at 3 for a flight this morning, and when I got back I filmed both eyes right away, and then my camera died. So I sat down for 2 minutes and passed out. So I had to fix this, but I just did the same steps that I showed you guys, but I had to tell you, I can't believe I fell asleep that quick, but I think it looks great. So I'm just going to put on some foundation and concealer and set it, and then I will be back to use some of the face brushes from Jaclyn's master brush collection. Okay, so now that I have the base and all that set and everything, we're going to bronze, highlight, and put some blush on. And today I used the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer as foundation. I used two different shades, one that was a highlight shade and one that was a little bit darker than my skin to give me a little bit more definition. So I'm going to be bronzing with the JH02. This brush, let me tell you, this is so nice and soft. It feels like really high quality. I've wanted this bougie Tom Ford bronzer brush for the longest time because of Jaclyn, and this really reminds me of it because it's so fluffy and soft. I think it's a little bit thinner, but this, for a bronzer brush, I have a feeling it's going to be amazing. I have not used it yet, though. So I'm going to take Chocolate Soleil on this brush from Too Faced. That just, like, perfectly applies it. Okay, so now that we're moving on to highlight, we're going to take the JH09, which is supposedly just like the M501. She said it's literally the same brush, just with a different handle and component than the M501. So we're gonna spray down the face with the Continuous Setting Mist. I just got this. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but we'll see. And we are going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy Highlight. Oh, look at that beauty. Wow. I've never used the M501. Not, like, of my knowledge. I might have used it on clients, but I've never used it on myself. Wow. Okay, so now that the highlight is on, we're going to go ahead and pop on some blush. And we're going to take it on the JH04, which really reminds me of the Morphe Elite Collection E4 brush. It's just very angled blush brush. I prefer a blush brush like this, but I used to use a more angled brush for blush a long time ago, and I like that as well. But this is what I've kind of transferred to over time. Okay, so I'm going to be taking Benefit's Galifornia blush, just a really nice corally peachy shade with some luminescence in there, and popping that right in the middle of where we put the highlight in the contour. Oh wow, this brush is really nice for applying blush, actually. Wow. I'm kind of shocked. I normally don't use these brushes anymore for blush, so this is surprising me. Wow. Abby is feeling herself. Okay, so now for my lower lash line, I'm going to take the JH43, which is just a flat definer brush, and I'm going to take the Bling Boss palette in the shade Sparks right here, that cranberry wine shade, and I'm going to go ahead and just pack that on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take this stiff kind of buffing brush on my lower lash line, and it is the JH37. And I'm going to take the shade Rockstar. See how much of a difference the under eyeshadow makes? Like, I cannot walk out of a house with makeup on and not have any under eyeshadow on. That bothers me so much. Like, it makes me cringe when I see people with nothing on their lower lash line. Okay guys, and for the final step, I'm going to be taking Glam Me Out Glitter in Orange Crush. Look at it. It's so pretty. And I'm going to place that on my inner corners. Look at that glitter. Ooh. I'm going to take a mixing medium from NYX Cosmetics on a JH39, which is just a really tiny pencil brush, and pop that glitter right on. Okay. Now that the glitter is on, we are all done. And if you guys like this glitter and want to save some money on it, go on to glammeout.com, and I will put the link in my bio, and use code Chloeqmakeup to get some money off. But you don't have to use it by any means. You don't have to. It is really, really affordable anyways. That is a Black owned business, and it is a very close friend of mine. She is a sweetheart. I will link her Instagram down below and leave her at up here or over here somewhere. Y'all need to follow her. She's amazing and I love her. So happy that I got to film this look for you guys, because I know you guys wanted it, and I'm so happy to be creating content again for you guys. I was gone for a little bit and I'm sorry, I've been so busy, but I'm going to be having a regular posting schedule now. I will be posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm filming this on a Monday, but it will be going up tomorrow when you guys are watching it, and I'm so excited to be posting for you guys. Oh my gosh, I love like creating these videos for you guys, and just doing stuff that you guys want to see just makes my heart happy. And I'm ready to give this beauty community a breath of fresh air. That's what I want to be for people who watch me. And so yeah, and also tell me if you guys like this look. It was requested by this beauty here for me to do it. I'm so happy that she asked me. It made my heart happy. And she actually saw it in a thread of Jaclyn's tweets, and I got so many new followers and supporters from that one tweet, and I'm so thankful that you guys loved it so much. So if you are someone from that thread, thank you for coming to watch my videos. I'm so excited to have you guys here. If you have anything you want to see on my channel, just let me know. It could be me singing for 5 minutes, it could be me doing a blindfolded makeup challenge, anything. It does not matter. Just let me know. So yeah, if you guys like this tutorial, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. I sound like such a typical YouTuber, but yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I love you guys so much.